And I just spent a few minutes ago with a single mother who shared with me the story about how her son was struggling because of the loss of his father, and how she was worried about him. And as I often do, I said, because I felt a connection to that mother, because of my own connection with my mother, I said, I tell you what, I'll meet with him under one condition, that one day he pays it forward and meets with some others that need his service. That actual commitment that I made to her was months back. She told me that she was worried that her son would no longer be able to go to college because the father had left. And I have my son in the room here. He's sitting in the front row. Looks like he's flirting with girls. So I told the mother, I said, bring your son to our National Success Training and I'll talk to him. And she worked hard to get him here. And he worked hard to prove to me that he was up to a challenge, to turn his shame and his loss into one of power. And if an 18-year-old boy can do that, can go from having mediocre grades to having straight A's because someone gave him a shot, if a single mother can lead her son to this very day, can you lead yourself and your family to vitality? Saturday, July 14th, 2012. I think you can. It just takes a commitment. It takes that smile of poise. Our culture will be remembered forever. We are literally changing an entire industry, infusing it with authenticity, infusing it with integrity, infusing it with real ideals for real people to make a real change with the single step, a challenge, a look in the mirror, smile of poise, a commitment to change, and a revolution occurs. Are you up for the challenge? I wrote that at 4 a.m. last night because I knew that some of you were going to have so much fun, you were going to forget about the ideas. I knew that some of you were going to be so overwhelmed, you were going to forget about the next single step. And that is your next commitment, to be at that stadium called Vitality. So I'm going to share with you a few more things here today before I leave, but most important, I need you committed to stay here every minute of the remaining part of this event. Because at the end of this event, my co-founder, Nick Sarnicola, is going to take this very message that I gave you here today and make it so real that you will forever have a seed of commitment inside of your head that grows into a harvest of change within your family, your community, the causes that you care about. I know that to be the case. Will you stay here to the end of this event? As the CEO of this company, I get to think about things like, how will we handle your customers? How will we make sure we service every promoter and family member that you bring to our cause? How will our cause scale around the globe? How will we preserve this culture forever so that that young mother will have a story to tell 100 years from now, long after we're gone. I've come to realize in this last year, those of you who were here yesterday, I've come to realize that life is precious and that you have to live every day like it's your last. And that it's not about the destination. It's not about when you'll make millions of dollars, or it's not. It's about the journey. It's about who you took with you. It's about the friends that you have and the moments that you've shared and the times just like you've had today. Do you realize yesterday, today, or forever long you've been here at this event, this will be one of those moments? Because you sat there in the chair right now, or later on, and you were filled in spirit with the commitment to change. Do you realize that you are in that moment right now? We're in that moment. Do you realize you're in that moment? My speech was supposed to talk to you about change in an industry today, and instead I decided to talk to you about change in the world, because we already changed the industry with that smile of poise. One of the vendors of our industry told me that we had already hit momentum. And I said, do you know that there is a 35% obesity rate across the United States and Canada that is growing every single day? We have yet to add 1/5 of the number of people that are clinically obese on a daily basis into our company. There's no momentum in this room. We are just getting started. People ask me, how did I feel about having 15,000 people? And I said, we've done nothing yet. They say, when are we going to expand globally? And I said, after we've completely changed the two markets, the United States and Canada, and we've squeezed the oxygen out of all those naysayers and critics and skeptics and copycats. Said, when are we going to China? And I said, when there's no longer an obesity problem in America. We'll get there. We'll have to be patient. We'll have our ups. We'll have our downs. No great change ever came easy. Certainly this date today didn't come easy. It won't come easy for you over the next 90 days to get you and your friends to vitality. But I promise you this. I had a vision last night when I saw 15,000 of you, and I visualized that arena in Miami filled to the rim. You know, I've read a lot of history books, and I've read about ancient times when stadiums were filled or renaissances occurred. I thought to myself, that vitality event, that day, July 13th and 14th and 15th of 2012, the message that you receive here today, right now from myself, in a few minutes as you see some amazing stories of challenges overcome to great achievement, that message, that seed implanted in your brain here today, will change the world. And my commitment to you, because you just committed to me that you'll be at Vitality, my commitment to you is this. As your CEO, I will spend the rest of my life sowing those seeds of change, those challenges, so that my son and his son can inherit a better world than the one we were left with. Will you join me? Thank you. Thank you, guys.